Welcome to the Final Buzzer Podcast. This is week number 12. This week we got all your sports news, talking about last week's NFL, talking about this week's NFL predictions, and also all the news going on in the NBA and all across sports. Unfortunately, this week we had quite a few of our teams lose, I guess, not in the most graceful fashion. Others won in heroic and amazing fashions. But before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and introduce you all we have here. Back from last week, we have Andrew.
Guess who's back? Oh, wait. They probably don't know this song.
Myself, Austin. We have Jeff.
What's good?
And Alex.
Hello.
All right, we're just going to start around the line here, I guess. Definitely start with that Thursday night game. How happy do you see the Steelers absolutely destroy probably one of the best, definitely the best, one of the second best team in the NFC South?
Well, here's the thing. One thing I don't think we really mentioned it last week is that the Panthers, both of their losses before last week, both came on the road. Mm-hmm. So now they are, I believe, 2-3 on the road. They're not a good road team. You know, prime time in Pittsburgh, there's just something else about it. I mean, the Bengals fan on this podcast can tell you that. There's just something different about playing Pittsburgh in prime time because Big Ben shows up in big games except when we play New England. But, no, we didn't play New England. So, it's just, you know, when everything's working for you, defense, offense, I mean, Big Ben had a perfect passer rating.
More touchdowns than incompletions.
5 touchdowns to 3 incompletions.
It was bad. I think even special teams got a couple touchdowns. Like everyone, it was just passing out touchdowns. But they at least got on like the 2 or something.
Well, when you come out, I mean, Panthers came out the gate, you know, real fast, marched ball right down the field. McCaffrey looked good that game.
Absolutely.
But when you can't really run the ball because you're playing from behind, that doesn't do you any good. When you know Cam Newton is definitely not a quarterback you want to try and go play from behind the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, there's only a few quarterbacks that you would really trust week after week to do that, and Cam Newton's not one of them.
And he plays for Green Bay, actually.
Green Bay, yeah, Rodgers is one of them. I'd say Brady, even though this year, I don't know. Ben, Breeze.
The lead guy, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe Jared Goff, but I don't know yet. Maybe Russell Wilson.
I can see.
I think Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson does great in the underdog role.
It's just, you know,
when
sometimes.
it's literally just him on the team, yeah.
But, you know, when everything's clicking for Pittsburgh, they can definitely look like one of the top 5 teams in the league. And right now, I mean, it's 5 in a row, I believe they've won.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see if you keep it going. You got Jacksonville this week.
Oh, that's an easy one for you.
Huh?
So that's an easy one.
I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because, 1, it's on the road because Big Ben plays different on the road than he does at home. And 2, I don't know. I mean, Jacksonville has our number, it always seems like. Jacksonville, it's weird. Jacksonville and Oakland, we struggle against historically.
But Jacksonville hasn't shown up in multiple weeks now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very
So
true.
I
I believe
think
they've lost,
just
4 straight?
Yeah,
Something like that. So even though, like, so they have your number, I think y'all are going to come out with this just fine.
I think so too. I think we win. Trust me, I don't think we lose this game. We lose this game, we'll fall back down to that 3 spot. Right now, with New England losing this past week, as of today, but you know, playoffs obviously don't start today.
Yeah.
You know, we're at the 2 spot, and just keep winning. Hope the Chiefs get knocked off this week by the Rams. We can make a run for the 1 seed.
I could definitely see it, especially with the Jags. They're kind of struggling right now. With Jalen Ramsey has been talking a lot of talk and hasn't really come up with a whole lot.
No, and honestly, I think he's just quit. I mean, that Jacksonville team, man, they just don't look.
Yeah, like from a team
Like
that went
there.
to the AFC Championship last year to now,
Right.
like
1 game away from the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and now they look like
now they look like the typical Jags.
Yeah.
Like,
they look exactly like how we
Yeah.
expect them to look like last year.
Leonard Fournette did look good though in the close loss
Yeah.
to Indianapolis. He did look very good. Like statistically though, he hasn't shown that his absence means a
That
lot.
Colts run defense isn't the greatest.
Yeah.
kind of weak, honestly.
And Fournette is a top 10,
When he's,
borderline top 5
yeah.
running back
when he's healthy, when he's not coming off of an injury, yeah. I guess we can talk about the Cowboys and the Eagles game. I liked it.
Leighton Vander Esch
Yeah,
has turned out to be
yeah.
a huge pickup for you guys. I cannot believe.
Yeah.
Is he better than Sean Lee already?
I think that it's the same skill set. It just Vander Esch can stay healthy.
He's
And
very
that's
strong.
that's the only difference
Mhm.
is that Vander Esch can stay healthy. And I will admit, when they drafted him, I hated it.
Dude,
I hated it so much.
I think everybody hated
Yeah.
it. Like, it made no sense.
Yeah.
'Cause you could have taken Calvin Ridley and then you would
Yeah,
have shored up all your receiver problems.
and I honestly wish we would have traded away one of our offensive line to the Chargers to get the safety that they got.
Oh, Derwin James.
Yeah. I wish we would have got Derwin James.
Trust me, I wish we would have traded. Well, I mean, it's like,
I mean, he slid so far in the draft too.
well, it's like, if you think about it, with the draft, the Steelers were a trade away from getting Saquon Barkley and getting rid of Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, and I mean,
Like,
that's a dangerous team.
which, by the way, I would have loved it, but, it's fine. But,
yeah,
I think, Prescott outplayed Wentz. Wentz just does not look good. Right? He doesn't look comfortable. That offense, and I don't think it's on him. I still think he's a good quarterback.
yeah,
That offensive line is garbage.
yeah.
Like, it's almost like the Eagles' offensive line went up to Indianapolis, and he got the Colts' offensive line. Because the Colts now have an offensive line, Luck. I think Luck has went four straight weeks. 5 straight weeks. Thank you. That he has not been sacked.
Yeah, and I mean,
which has
honestly,
never happened for anybody, by the way.
and I mean, whenever that happens, you're just bound to win games. When your
Right.
quarterback doesn't get sacked.
But and Wentz is
I don't know
getting
what that's
hit.
like.
No, you
I don't either. Trust me.
I don't
Trust
either.
me, I don't either.
Well, and I don't either when Ben holds the ball 10 seconds every time. So it's just but the thing with Wentz, he doesn't have enough. Like, his problem with his receivers, other than like Golden Tate was getting open,
Yeah.
so I don't think he's used to offense yet. Jeffrey, Aguilar, like those guys are not. They're not fast guys. They're not known for getting open.
Yeah, I honestly
They're jump
think
ball receivers.
their fourth quarter drive, their last drive, if they would have put Golden Tate in, we would have lost. I guarantee we would have. But he just wasn't used to it.
And then why did they throw 2 plays in that drive over the middle to Zach Ertz
Yeah.
with no timeouts?
Yeah.
And like play design just looked bad for me. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Cowboys outcoached the Eagles.
And
In what
that's
world-
hard to believe.
In what world does Jason Garrett outcoach anybody?
Yeah. Especially a coach that's won a Super Bowl, honestly. But
I mean, are we starting to question that Super Bowl though? Because I mean,
I don't know if I want to question it, but it's definitely it's shocking to me to sit back here now and be like, what happened?
yeah,
Well,
and
everything's falling to
honestly,
pieces.
they haven't really lost. Like, they didn't really lose that many people.
I really don't.
Like they
Well,
lost.
Jay and I, they have no run game right now.
Yeah.
They have none. Like, and as if you listen to a lot of these, mainstream media types, like Mel Kiper Jr., if you ever watch the NFL draft, they'll tell you, running backs aren't that important in the league anymore.
Oh yeah, because
you need a running game.
yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
you do. Like,
you do.
That's an ignorant thing to say. I don't.
Yes.
I don't buy that at all.
Yeah, like I didn't believe it when I was a Tony Romo fan for the longest time, and then we got DeMarco Murray that year and solidified the run game, and I was like, Jesus Christ, we're a good ass team now.
And that was one of the best teams you had. Might have been one of the best years y'all had.
Yeah.
And then, and then the other great year was Dak's rookie
Zach and
year.
Zeke,
And
yeah.
Zeke went off.
Yeah.
So run games help. Like, I don't understand. Like, you look, okay, when the Ravens won the Super Bowl, Ray Rice was there. He did a great job. But then when he fell off, the Ravens have no run game. Haven't had a run game in 5 years. And they haven't made the playoffs in 5 years.
Honestly, I think the only team that could win without a running back is the Patriots.
Green Bay, but yes.
Like,
Green Bay could.
yeah.
But yeah.
We even talked about it last week. Like, we were talking about, like, playoff teams that needed a running back. And
there's a bunch.
I mean, like,
And
Probably the
Are
Panthers.
we
right
at the
now.
point? Well, now they got McCaffrey.
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
I mean,
That's true.
but are we
That
at the
was
point now? Are we at the point now where the Eagles are done? Like the
No.
You don't think-
That
don't
division's
think-
wide open right now.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't see a
I
Super
mean,
Bowl
Wait,
run.
what are
but
they? What are they? 4-5 or
Yeah,
3?
they're 4-5. Cowboys are 4-5,
That loss
and
was
Redskins
good.
are 6-3. They're 2 games ahead. You know, it's basically coming down to the Thanksgiving game, basically.
Oh, the
Against
Cowboys and Redskins.
Cowboys and Redskins, yeah. So if the Cowboys can beat it, that opens up the
Well,
playoff
What's
for
gonna-
3 teams.
what Dallas is going to start? What Dallas is going to have to do? They're going to have to win a couple road games.
Yeah, and I mean
that
honestly,
starts
that was a
this
good
week.
start.
Yeah.
That was a good start though.
Yeah.
Winning it.
yeah, and I mean honestly, like we've shat the bed a lot.
even in that
A
game,
lot.
y'all got very lucky. Zeke, the games y'all win, Zeke does very well.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
and-
yeah.
I mean, like
because
Zeke had how many scrimmage yards this week? Like close to 300.
I know he had
200,
100. He had 161, I think, rushing yards.
and 3 touchdowns or 2 touchdowns. I think 2 rushing and 1 receiving. Maybe it's the other way around. He had quite a few touchdowns. When Zeke does well, you win. But even then,
Yeah.
like the Dak Prescott, he still just doesn't have. I just don't see him being. He's not a franchise quarterback right now by any means.
No.
He's just
He's
he struggles in the pocket. Even your line is struggling now. Zach Martin went down, and y'all about just gave up then.
Yeah.
I mean,
And now he came back, and now he's starting to look better again.
yeah.
And then, see, here's why I say, Dallas is going to have to win some road games. You've only got 3 road games left.
yeah.
You've got the Falcons this week. You've got the Colts, week 15.
Yeah.
And then you close out with the Giants.
You can beat the Giants and you can beat the Falcons. The
You can beat
no,
the Colts.
for sure-
Yeah,
for
see,
sure
I
beat the
actually think the
Colts.
Falcons is tougher in Atlanta than the Colts are in Indy.
Yeah.
Because
I'll take.
Matt Ryan at home is a completely different quarterback than Matt Ryan on the
I
road.
don't know, man. They haven't. The Falcons haven't been successful at home this year. What was it? Earlier in the year, they put up 2 40-point games and lost at home.
So
Like in the new stadium, it never
Is that
seen
one of
anything
those
like it.
Bengals?
No, one of them was the Bucks. And I think the other one was
Yes.
the Bengals.
It was not the Bucks.
We had AJ Green.
It was the Saints and the Bengals.
That's what it was.
yeah.
And it was 30. Yeah, it was 36 and 37 back-to-back
Okay.
weeks.
Terrified the shit out of me.
Like they've
The
been.
Bucks and Falcons have not played.
Yeah, no, so-
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
We lost.
They beat the Bucks by 5,
Yeah, we lost.
34-29.
Mm.
But so with Atlanta at home, they've put up 31, 37, 36, 34, 23, and no, that's it. But on the road, Atlanta has put up 12, 17, and 16. They've only played 3 road games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those losses were to the Eagles, Steelers, and Browns. So, pretty good defenses.
Yeah.
So, anytime the Falcons go up against a good pass rush,
Which.
they do struggle, which Dallas does have.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the Marcus Lawrence, Vander Esch.
Yeah. But our secondary
Is,
is.
other than Byron Jones, is not very good.
Yeah.
Byron Jones has played pretty well.
Yeah. You saw what was his name? Uzier. Literally against
Got
the Eagles.
abused a few times.
Yeah, against the Eagles, who was it? Alshon Jeffrey had it like the ball like right here, and Awuzie literally just like went at swiped the ball like that. Didn't try and cover it. He literally just swiped the ball out of his hand. Like he caught it like this, and if he caught it any other way than like underneath like this, he would have been gone. That would have been a touchdown. Like I mean We've drafted corners in the past. We had Morris Claiborne for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, I think that now it's to the point to where we need to start drafting more corners. Like,
I'm going to tell you, as a Steelers fan who's a team who's drafted corners plenty of times, it doesn't always work.
yeah. I mean,
I would rather
No,
trade a
trust
second or third round pick for someone who's at least semi-competent that's
Oh, yeah.
played me a few
100%.
years. And I would definitely give up third, fourth, even second and first round picks for a good
we'll see.
corner.
We don't have a first round pick. So.
Yeah, you made a mistake there. Amari Cooper was.
I mean,
Yeah,
I like the trade now.
I like the
it
trade.
it's looked good through 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah.
you did lose to the Titans,
Yeah.
but it's looked good.
Two weeks, and I mean, I don't feel so bad about that Titans win anymore because they beat the Patriots. Like, I don't feel so
Which-
bad about it.
is this New England team just not that good? Like, I know they're 7-3, but who have they beat? Like,
It all started when they said they were going to trade Gronk. That's when it started. You knew it was going to be bad.
I mean,
let's see. I mean, like,
play.
so they've beaten the Texans week 1.
Yeah, which
They've
that was when.
They've got losses to Jacksonville by 11.
Yeah.
The Lions by 16 doesn't look good. And
I guess
the Titans by
Kansas
24.
City's the only good team that they
Yeah,
beat.
and you got them at home.
And the Bears. They beat the
And
Bears.
you got them at home. Like the only good road, only good team you played on the road that you beat is the Bears.
Yeah.
Like,
And I
everybody
mean,
else you played at home.
it's like that for the rest of the year too.
But
Like,
then,
I mean,
the
they
rest
played
of their-
Pittsburgh.
they have
They played Pittsburgh away week 15.
They played Pittsburgh and then Minneapolis.
Good
at
Lord,
home,
their
though.
schedule is
That's
awful.
It's
Yeah,
soft.
well, I mean,
Soft.
That's what happens when you're in the NFC or the AFC East. Like,
I mean, you
play.
got the Jets. you got the Jets twice. The Dolphins and the Bills still.
It's soft.
Jeez.
To be fair, that Week 4 win is kind of impressive because the Dolphins were what
3-0
3-0 at that time.
Yeah, but man, did we really buy the Dolphins at 3-0?
All of the Florida teams were 3-0 at that point, and then
Yeah.
since then. Oh, speaking of, well, I'll get back to it later.
I don't think you were 3-0. You were 2-1. We beat you guys with
Yeah,
3.
you guys are 3-1.
Yeah, we were 6-0 throughout week 2. I'm so sorry. I messed it up. Messed it up.
Well,
I didn't mean to call you out for that one just because you did lose to Pittsburgh, so I had to.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about the Bengals real quick. That amazing game.
Well, we'll talk more about the Saints. I mean,
Fair.
here's the thing. Really, all we really need to say about the Bengals: 3 things. One, the defense is exactly who we thought they were. They're the worst defense in the league right now.
Oh.
Not points wise. No,
Statistically,
not
in
points
almost
wise.
every category.
But they're the worst in yards per play, passing yards, rushing yards, all of it.
Just think, you're worse
Points.
than the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. That's awful.
And then you lose your best wide receiver, which I will
He
say,
will come back, though. He's just out. He's out
like 2 or 3
weeks. Yeah. Before
So-
reevaluation.
So he's out. He's out this week too, right?
Yes, he'll be out this
okay.
week.
Yeah, but against Baltimore, I don't think it will mean as much, but I still think it will mean something.
Well, see, like
So
I
we'll
knew
see.
we were gonna lose, but you watch
Yes.
you watch the Saints come out and they score pretty quick. We come out, we score pretty quick, and then we don't score again until our backup QB comes in and runs one in. But like, I know the Saints have one of the best, if not the best, rushing defense. But Joe Mixon looked really good that first possession. They couldn't really stop him. Then he hit John Ross for I think his 3rd or 4th touchdown of the year. Looked great, and then they completely abandoned the run game. The offense changed immediately after the possession. I was like,
They have the best rushing defense.
okay, I thought so, but I know that you can't like go
Second
to.
to worst passing defense, though.
So I mean, I guess they're trying to attack that, but Joe Mixon was eating, and I know you can't like rely on him the whole game. But this dude is our best up and coming player. He needs touches. He needs the touches, and they didn't throw to him.
Well, it's
They
like,
didn't do anything for him.
well, I mean, you had only 11 rushes for 61 yards. He averaged 5 yards a carry.
Exactly.
The problem is, like, you watch some of these teams, Bengals, the Cowboys are that way sometimes. When these teams get behind, you can't use these top-of-the-line running backs like Mixon, Elliott, guys like that. They're just, for some reason, their offense goes away. Your guys' offense is predicated on establishing the run and then working in play action and then go deep ball.
Well, I can tell you, I knew exactly when the game was over. It was 14-7. It's 4th down, and it's like immediately the next possession after they had 14, we try to like go for the 4th down, and I've never heard the dude's name in my life. False start.
Yeah.
Deep punt, and then it's just an onslaught from that point on. Because we were right outside of field goal range, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. That wouldn't have like changed. We wouldn't have won. But
No.
but maybe we
You might have been able to make it respectful.
Yeah, but no. As soon as that happened, I was like, I can feel it. I can feel the tides turning, and it did, and it was embarrassing to watch. I turned the game over and put on the Hornets game. Like,
And you were
3
disappointed again.
No, we beat the Pistons. We beat the Pistons, so that's okay.
I mean, your run defense just got absolutely gashed.
And we just paid Geno Atkins and Dunlap all kinds of money, and
They're
it's
not even the ones
so
hurt.
disappointing to watch what has happened.
244 rushing yards.
Like, if they get paid and get lazy, like, I don't know.
Like 509 total yards.
Yeah, no, I get
You
it.
didn't get the quarterback at all. You had 0 sacks.
I don't know how many sacks we have in the year. It's got to be less than 10. It's got to be
No,
under 10.
but, y'all had quite a few. Just
No,
Dunlap,
Gino.
just Gino and Dunlap.
Just Gino had a lot in the first few games, and then he stopped.
And then you had 4, and then New Orleans sacked you guys 4 times.
That's what happened.
Which, granted, I will say this about New Orleans: they have the best rushing defense in the league. They have the best offensive line in the league. Right now New Orleans looks like the best team in the league.
It was the first game
And
with
I've
Billy
been-
Price back. by the way.
And I know this is only my second week on this podcast, but I've been telling people that for weeks. They look better than the Saints, or the Rams. I mean, even though the Rams were undefeated, because that Rams defense is non-existent.
Yeah.
Even with having big names like Dante Fowler, Aaron Donald, Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
No, even when Akeem Talib gets back, there's no way he is, going to shore up 10 points. Like, they're giving up over 30 points a game. Like,
I mean, so basically, Saints get Super Bowl this year. Drew Brees retires.
For sure. I think
go
that
out
he
like
does.
John Elway.
I think that he does. I mean, if the Saints make it, like the way they're playing
Or
now,
Rick Manning, however you want to
Yeah.
say it.
They just made their offense even more so. They just signed Brandon Marshall again?
yeah, they just signed
Yeah,
Brandon
They signed
Marshall.
instead of Dez.
Well, no, Dez
got
is still
hurt.
on the team. Yeah.
Dez
I
is on
don't-
the team.
We can talk about that too.
By the way, I don't know if I called it on the podcast, but I believe I told at least Dylan. When Dez Bryant got signed, I said, he will get hurt first game he plays. I was half right.
Half
It was
right.
first practice.
Yeah.
It was first
It
practice.
was the last play too.
Now, is his career done now?
No,
No.
they said they want to
No.
keep him.
He
Yeah,
wants to stay
really?
too.
They say they want
Yeah.
to re-sign him.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with that. Like, I mean, if he's well enough to make the team like that, I mean, obviously they saw something in him. Like, and I mean,
Well,
as a
he's a
Cowboy,
competitor.
yeah,
And I think Brandon Marshall, if he wouldn't have got signed, I think he would have retired. So I think Brandon Marshall, this will be his last run.
Absolutely. He's been on so many teams. I think they said he's been in every division but like 2. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head.
The AFC North
And
and the NFC North.
I think that might be right.
that's what it.
No, because he was
No.
on the Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, he's been everywhere. He's literally been everywhere. But I said last week, you see what the Saints are doing the same thing that the Eagles did last year. They're just they're getting a monster lineup. They're picking up everybody they can from free agency and things like that. They had Eli Apple. They try to get Dez. They have Brandon Marshall.
Mhm.
Like they've just done a huge just shift of everything to really make a playoff.
Well, it's because it shows you that
They
no
know
matter how
that
good
Drew
they
Brees-
get, they're not worried. They don't care how good they are. They want to keep getting better.
Absolutely.
They're trying to improve with every roster move they're making.
Yeah.
So, unlike you look at some teams that just haven't made a move all year.
If you're not
Like-
improving, you're losing. Like,
Right. That's why I think this will be if there's a year where New England doesn't make it to the Super Bowl or doesn't win it, it's going to be this year because New England just hasn't made the moves to
Not enough.
get there.
Yeah.
So, and right now New England doesn't even look like a top 3 team in the AFC. They look like they're behind the Chiefs, the Steelers, and the Chargers.
so I know you're a big Steelers fan. Are they your AFC favorite?
For the Steelers?
Yeah.
No.
No?
But I will tell you this: if the AFC title game is Kansas City and Pittsburgh,
I think Pittsburgh wins that.
I think everyone thinks Pittsburgh wins that. Because, one, other than this year, week 2, which granted Pittsburgh was still trying to
Yeah.
figure things out, Pittsburgh has owned Kansas City. Pittsburgh owns Andy Reid. I don't think Kansas City's defense, the fact that they have none,
Yeah, they don't have any.
is going. I think Ben will tear it. Because if you look,
I think if
unless it's Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers on the other side,
yeah,
I think Mahomes is great. But if you ask me who's going to make more plays
in the
to
fourth
win it
quarter.
in the fourth quarter of an AFC title game, Big Ben or Patrick Mahomes?
oh, I'm going
Right
big.
now it's Big Ben because
Yeah.
we know Big Ben's done it.
Yeah,
So we don't know how Mahomes is going to respond in the spotlight like that. So yeah, I go with Steelers, but as a favorite, I don't know because as long as New England's there, as if we have to get through New England to get there, I don't know because I just don't know if we can beat New England. So, which we play in week 14.
I mean,
we got them in 4 weeks.
Honestly, it's not even fair. Like the next closest in the AFC East is Miami, and they're 5-5, and they're not looking.
And they're not good.
Yeah.
Dude, Brock Osweiler's their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Matt Barkley looked better than him this week, and Matt Barkley just came off the street.
Yeah, I still see New England securing a playoff spot. I mean, I don't think that they're like.
Oh no, they'll get the playoffs.
I don't want to oversee Tom Brady because we've seen what happens in the past when we overlook Tom Brady.
Now, is there a chance that Houston stays hot and Houston gets the 3 seed over New England?
I think maybe
New England could easily lose to Minnesota and Pittsburgh.
So yeah, that's my if is the game against Minnesota and the game against Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. If they lose those two, I think Houston takes the 3. But if they don't, I think that the Patriots win just because they're in a weak division and they have a better divisional ranking.
100%. Let's pull up Houston's schedule.
Let's see. They play.
Skins this week.
They play the Redskins,
Titans, Browns, Colts, at Jets, at Philly, Jacksonville. So it's really not the toughest. Yeah. So it's every one of those games is very winnable.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
There is not a game in there that you're like, okay, there's no chance they win. So I don't think they run the table. I say maybe at least 2 losses in there. I say one of those losses is probably Indy.
I was thinking Indy. Yeah.
Because
maybe Chargers at the end of the year.
I mean,
depending on how week
they'll play the Chargers. Jackson.
No. They don't play them.
Oh,
yeah.
My bad.
So like an interesting thing is like their record against winning opponents is 0-2. So like that they also played
the Skins
two winning opponents in the first 2 weeks of the season. So like I mean I like the fact that they're on a 6-game win streak. I mean, honestly,
haven't beat anybody.
Yeah, I mean they played the Colts.
But see, their schedule's actually easier than New England's.
Yeah, I mean honestly, it is like.
Because do we really buy Washington? I mean, yes, I know they beat your Buccaneers.
Yeah,
Austin,
but it's still Tampa.
I mean, okay, the stat I was going to bring up about Tampa. Tampa has gotten over 500 total yards in 4 games this year. They're 1-3 in those games.
Yeah.
So, and I believe those 3 losses are the Bengals, the Steelers, and now the Redskins.
It's definitely
not good.
Yeah, especially when Ryan Fitzpatrick threw for 400 yards or something in all those games, and turnover. We're losing for 3 reasons. Turnover ratio, we're the worst in the league. Jameis Winston has thrown 9 picks. I think.
In how many games?
The 4 he's been in.
4.
And then Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think he has 4.5. I think they both have 4.5 right now. But I think Ryan Fitzpatrick has 9 and Jameis has 10 or something like that. Mm-hmm. But not only that, running backs are dropping the ball. Defense is. I always think the Tampa Bay defense is. On paper it looks great, but it's just not there.
I mean honestly,
Quan Alexander, Gerald McCoy, Vita Vea has been irrelevant this year so far. So
neither one of Vita Vea, I thought that would have been a really good pickup.
I did too. I swear I could go block him. He just looks so soft. He doesn't block. He doesn't even get any penetration. A guard turns his hips and he's gone. He's out of the play. And that's
but I will say this: you've got 2 very winnable games the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Play the Giants and 49ers.
Yeah, I think that you guys win this game, and I think you guys maybe steal your last game against the Falcons, and that's it. I don't see you guys winning any other games the rest of the year.
The games I want to win, I want to win the next 2. I want to beat Baltimore. I want to beat Baltimore real bad. I really want to beat Dallas.
Yeah, I was about to say. I know you want to beat us just so you can talk. Just so you can talk shit to me.
I would like to see us beat Baltimore, but it's away. I don't know how to see that.
Like I said, and you've got New Orleans at home. You did beat New Orleans in New Orleans,
but that was week 1 with this whole Fitzmagic thing going on. Yeah. It's just out. I mean,
especially with Drew Brees being as hot as he is.
I'm gonna say if we beat New Orleans twice. And I just don't. They would definitely
It's,
drop.
it's kind of like a Dallas Cowboys
Yeah,
2016
exactly.
situation.
Like it's rough because we beat the number one in the division twice. Like,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and they're still going to probably be the number 4 team in the division.
yeah, exactly. Like I said, that division's definitely tough. But it's just Derek Cutter actually took over play calling this week.
And it didn't help.
Did not help at all. No, the thing is, our offense scoring has done relatively well in my mind. At least the other offense coordinator is scoring more than 3 points in a game.
Yeah.
When we have 500-something yards. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we had several good plays where we'd march all the way down the field, and that's the thing, when we give up the ball, it's always in the red zone. For whatever reason, they just love to get rid of the ball in the red zone. Got to make sure we hold on to the ball. Things like that's just ridiculous. One question before we get started in the next week's predictions. Would you rather take the combined efforts of all the New York teams, Buffalo, Jets, Giants, or the combined efforts of all of Florida, Tampa, Jags, and Miami? Who wins that game?
Oh God, that's such a
Who wins that game? 3
Florida.
raw teams. I'm thinking Florida too. Who's starting quarterback though?
no. I'm gonna go.
On either team. I'm telling you right now. I don't.
So-
Eli Manning would
So
be
Florida, no, Eli Manning would not be your starting quarterback.
No.
in New York.
God no.
Really?
No, he would. Matt
God.
Barkley, baby.
No, I'm going
Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's not thinking. I mean, I guess if you put a
And then you get running
But
back
after this
Saquon
week, can you
Barkley,
really say that?
and then you have Odell Beckham.
But you got Fournette.
Can you really say?
Yeah.
Can you really say that? Well, I'm just talking if you put them against each other. If you put
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
got Mike Evans in Florida. You got Odell.
It'd be a good game, but
It-
you need
it
3
would
teams
be a
to
good
make
game.
it good.
No.
You need 3 teams to make it good.
You're mistaking close game for good game. They're not the same thing.
It would be a good game.
They're not the same
It
thing.
would be a close game, yeah. It would be a close game,
It's
not
not
a
the
good
same.
game.
0-0 game.
It's like, look, the first 1 to 10 wins. Like, it's like,
I think Florida has it. I think Florida would have it.
No, I don't know.
defensively, I don't know, man. Because at least the Bills, you just take the whole
Bills
Bills
are great.
defense.
You
The
also
Bills are great.
have Adams from the Jets.
One player from the Jets defense
Yeah.
that just gave up
But,
41
The
points to the Bills.
Dolphins have a great defense as well.
Whoa, whoa,
Defensive
whoa,
line at least.
Whoa,
We just have
whoa.
no corners in any of the Florida. No corners at all.
Well, neither do New York. I mean, they have. No, they don't have any.
I mean, it would definitely. I think that's like some really like off-season type predictions there, like what we're thinking about. But I just think that's something. Who do you think? We'll go back to that.
Here's the thing with Miami. Miami's defense, worst rushing defense.
Against
20.
Saquon.
Yeah.
20th passing defense, 26 total yards, 22nd points per game defense. They're 24th again on third down. They do not have a good defense.
No.
So who do you think? I got Sam Darnold for quarterback for New York. What about for Florida, quarterback wise?
Jameis Winston.
No.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Stop.
I'm just kidding.
So,
Ryan Tannehill. A healthy Ryan Tannehill.
But he's
I like
hurt.
that pick.
He's
I don't
hurt.
mind
I
that.
said a healthy Ryan
I don't
Tannehill.
mind that pick.
I mean, if we're going off of health right now,
Don't tell me I'm Brock Osweiler. Oh crap.
Probably
I mean,
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
yeah, I mean that's
That's
us,
on
though.
me.
Yeah,
That's on me.
Ryan
With
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
With the
because I mean, like Brock Osweiler hasn't matched those numbers yet.
yeah.
With Fournette in the backfield.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so,
Something interesting to think about.
yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and I guess move into this week's games.
All right, Thursday night game. It would have been a good game a couple of years ago. The Packers
It'll
and the
still be a good
Seahawks.
game this week.
Is it?
I still think it'll be a good game.
I like watching
I think
Seattle.
it's
really
one of
like
those.
watching Seattle.
I think this game, for me, loser goes home. Like, loser is out of the playoff race.
I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one.
All right, I've got a actually very interesting. Which, granted, we're not picking against the spread, but against the spread, or it might not even be against the spread. Home teams are 7-2-1 on
On prime time.
on Thursday night games against the spread, but I believe it's still like 7-3. Home teams are
Yeah.
in just win-loss record. So I don't know. I like Seattle.
This is
I
honestly
think
just
Seattle.
a
Plus-
battle of the better quarterback.
But I don't think so. I think Seattle found a running game this past weekend against the Rams. Green Bay kind of found one against Miami, but Seattle's defense is better than Green Bay's. They'll make more plays. They'll get to Rodgers a couple times. Give me Seattle at home. At Seattle is one of the toughest places to play in the league. Give me Seattle.
I was gonna say Seattle, just coming off that okay, they lost, but it was a shootout. It was a close game.
It was a close game against
and
the
I think
Rams.
they're gonna ride that wave, like you already said, with the running game emerging. And you also a good point. You know, the 12th man, so they're out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
For the short week, I really want to go with Green Bay, but I'm going to go with Seattle just because Pete Carroll chews on that Hubba Bubba gum all game long. I love seeing it.
All right. I guess next game we can just go down the list. I guess Dallas and Atlanta. I'm gonna go with Dallas on this one. I didn't like what I saw against the Eagles, but I feel like somehow we're gonna find a way. By some miracle we win this game.
I got Dallas too. And I'm not scared to say it. I got Dallas.
I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I like Atlanta. I think Matt Ryan is okay. I think Julio has finally found a stride. He's finally getting into everything. He scored a touchdown last week as well as the week before, so he can actually be competitive again, I guess. I'm worried about Atlanta's defense. I really am very worried about Atlanta's defense.
30 birds, baby. 30 birds. At home.
We don't have a tiebreaker this week.
Hold on.
No, we don't.
We're gonna need. We can do one of two things. We can whatever you're about to do. It looks like you're about to do heads or tails or whatever. Or we can persuade someone to one side or the other.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold firm. In my opinion, I don't.
And we're definitely going to be able to make the Cowboys guy flip on his boys.
No, I'm not flipping on him. You might have got me to do it last week. I'm not doing it this week.
I feel more comfortable with Atlanta at home.
I do too. Julio Jones.
Do we already have the spread? Is it already out?
And the spread's 3. Atlanta by 3.
I think you got to go with that though. I mean, if we have no tiebreaker, that's all you can do, right?
Vegas tells you Atlanta.
I gotta go. Falcons it is then, you know.
I really like Dallas.
I feel like look at
Dallas.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at this slate this week. There's gonna be a couple ties this week on picks.
Yeah.
Next
We
game
got a
you
button
got.
for that, but
All right. I guess we do have a button for
stop.
toss.
I'm just kidding. Just keep going.
So I guess the crap fest for the NFC.
Go to
No,
Minneapolis.
wait, do that last because it's Sunday Night Football.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, that's a Sunday game. That's a good game.
Tampa Bay and the Giants. I'm gonna get Tampa Bay on this one.
I got Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay, and the Giants are gonna score the most points they've ever had because our defense is that bad. Our defense is really bad.
Look, I just want to play devil's advocate for a second because I get Tampa Bay.
If we lose
Pick
the
on
Giants,
this
I'll
one.
cry.
I get that, but here's the thing: your run defense
Non-existent.
is
It really
So-
if we get everybody healthy, it's not.
I
bad.
think this game will be super close. I think the Giants can win with it being in New York and being in the cold. Really, the only guy that Tampa has that's used to that is
Deshaun Jackson.
okay. 2 guys is Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
So, I'll go Tampa too, but
I definitely.
I think I could see this going the other way too.
You got a clean sweep.
All right. I guess let's do the Vikings and the Bears.
Bears.
Direct NFC North implications here. I'm going to take the Bears on this one. I want to take the Vikings, but they just haven't shown it.
Especially in
so
Chicago too. So.
Yeah.
I can't take Minnesota with the quarterback situation right now. I just can't do it.
Well,
If they
Kirk
had-
Cousins?
I don't like Kirk Cousins. Not a big fan of Kirk Cousins.
Not
Really?
Would you like Trubisky better than Cousins?
Yeah, absolutely. Every bit.
They both shook their head. They were like,
Mitch Trubisky's putting up better numbers
He
than
is.
Cam
He
Newton.
is.
Yeah, Cam
Okay,
Newton.
but here's the thing. And yes, my voice just went high. But, if you watch the Bears, he misses guys wide open by 10 yards. Look, Terry Wilson hits more open receivers than Mitch Trubisky.
You got a point. Still taking the Bears though. Still taking the Bears.
I was like,
Nah, I'm taking the Bears just based off of defense. Yeah.
that Vikings defense looked good last
Lil
week.
Mac ran through 2 players to get that tackle.
Vikings got Dalvin Cook back healthy. You got Diggs, you got Thielen back off a bye week.
They are coming off of a bye week. Jesus.
Minnesota.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
going to tell you right now, if I get to come back on this show next week and Minnesota wins and we pick the Bears, that will be the first thing that's said on this podcast. Minnesota will beat Chicago. I like Chicago. Look, the NFL is a better place when Chicago is winning games.
Yeah.
I promise you. Just like the NBA is better when the Knicks are good. Or the Bulls, for that matter. But just Minnesota right now.
God.
I just like Minnesota. I think Minnesota is going to win this division, and I think they're going to win this game.
Honestly, I'm conflicted.
I'm not changing. I've already said it. It's already on there. I'm going with the Bears.
I really like the Bears, man.
Join
Played
me
great this year.
in the dark side.
The Bears play great this year.
By the way, a lot of pop culture references today.
If you flip, you got to call the spread.
What is the spread right now?
Damn you. It's Bears minus 3.
I guarantee you, I bet it's
God.
Because their home team gets 3 points every week, and then they decide
So
off
it
that.
sounded to me no matter what you pick.
Yeah, either way, the Bears win.
All right, we're going to go Bears, but I'm going to let you hear it. Next
Yeah,
week.
I think this is going to be probably the second closest game this week.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the slate of games this week is not as good as it could have been. Like, there's some really good. There were some really good potential games early in the season, but
I guess we can go with the Texans and the Redskins. Houston coming off of a bye week and a 6-game win streak.
Against an awful Redskins offense.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no Texans.
I don't
said
agree with you
Redskins.
that Washington has an awful offense. Washington has an offense that works. Washington's not meant to score a lot of points. They're not going to be a team that's going to put up a lot of points.
Look, that's an excuse everybody's made for Alex Smith this whole career.
And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I mean, if you look at his numbers, he's remarkably average. But Adrian Peterson is a timeless masterpiece that no one's ever seen. They just don't score that many points. They just don't do it. But their defense plays out and they win some games.
I wish he would have went to Dallas in 2014.
Washington has yet to have a lead change. I bet they win this game. I put Washington.
26th in total yards, 25th in passing yards, 10th in rushing yards, 27th in points, 21st on third down percentage.
Against J.J. Watt.
And Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
But I have the Texans.
I have the Texans as well.
Say that.
And here's the Texans defense. The Texans defense, 9th in total yards, 16th against the pass, but it won't matter because Alex Smith doesn't throw past 2 yards.
Yeah.
6th against the rush, 7th against the points.
You know what that doesn't tell you? The 6-3 Redskins right now. That's what it doesn't tell you.
Those numbers don't reflect the heart and soul of this team.
No, I'm definitely going Texans.
Okay,
I'm the
all right,
minority,
hold
but
on.
I have the Skins.
Okay, that's fine. Redskins wins. Cardinals, Packers. And Packers is not a good team.
Nah.
I mean, talking about how they might go to the
hold
playoffs.
on. Any other year.
Oh, by the way, I'm not one of those people that has said that.
You said whoever wins Seattle or Green Bay.
I said it's
they're going home.
No, but I said the other one has a chance to stay in.
Also
I
picked
didn't say
Seattle to win that game. So technically, he's saying that Green Bay's not going to make it.
Thank you. But, Carolina, Dallas. But Carolina at home.
And
At
Dallas.
home.
And they're at home right now against a Houston Texans
But
team.
hold on.
Who is not
I'm just saying, a win against Dallas isn't that impressive.
That was a few weeks ago too when Dallas actually looked like one of the worst teams in the NFL.
when we were on the downside
Are you
before we got
holding
more
against
people.
I'm holding firm with Washington.
Okay, well, I think it's 3-1 on this one, though.
That's fine.
By the way, I haven't said my pick, but if it didn't sound any more
Yeah,
decisive,
I think we understood it.
yeah, I mean, Houston.
All right.
As someone with Watson and Hopkins on his fantasy team.
I guess we'll do.
Cardinals ready? You want to go ahead and talk about this poop fest?
We'll do two more. We'll do 2 more games. The Bengals and the Ravens.
Poop fest. No,
I don't know. Lamar Jackson's getting his first start.
Yeah.
I want
want
picks being thrown.
I want him to do well.
To who though?
But I don't think that he does.
You had a great point. They're really lucky. You're really lucky.
Like who's he gonna throw a pick to?
Gino Atkins. Gino Atkins is gonna get his hands up. He's just pick it off.
Honestly, this is probably the best team that he could go against.
I would like to see that new corner group get a pick. I say his name.
Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick.
I want to say Fitzpatrick. Kirkpatrick. I like him. He's like he has a less. He's at like a 40%. He has like a 40. I think it's a 40 QBR when I throw at him.
I don't like him.
I like him a lot.
He's super physical, and
I like him a
it's
lot.
just like so. It's
So
physical.
he fits perfectly with Fontes. Perfect.
I don't like him either anymore. No, here's the thing. Like, I'm not saying like
Only when you play the Steelers do you
I'm
like
not
it.
saying that he's dirty. I'm saying he's physical
He's
and he
dirty.
wants to play physical, but it's resulting in like a pass interference
Yeah.
the last several games, and I'm just getting
Got
tired.
torched on that final play.
He's
against
getting
Antonio
burned
Brown.
too. Like, what are you doing? And they love him, and I don't see why.
I like
And he's from Alabama, correct?
See,
I mean, he played
So-
at
yeah,
I don't know where he's
Well,
from.
that's not what you know. I
Yeah,
he played for college.
So that's a lot of pressure and stuff. Like, you know, he's
Yeah.
supposed to be good. He's just not. And
I still
don't
stand
like
by
him.
my defensive rookie of the year. I think he's very good.
So you
I still think
He's not rookie of the year. He's been in the league for 2 or 3 years.
yeah.
I don't know.
He's
I'm
not
thinking-
Ben
I'm thinking of Denzel
he's
Ward.
not Ben Simmons,
I think
okay?
Denzel Ward.
He's not
Yeah,
Ben
I
Simmons.
still like him. I still like him. I still like him. I'm
I
sorry,
have the
young guy.
Bengals winning this game.
Austin, who do you have? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's fine. It's okay.
Continue.
I think we'll pull it out. And, you know, because we got Hugh Jackson this week, okay?
Ah,
We got Hugh Jackson.
I have Cincy
Jesus.
because Lamar starting.
I think we would have won no matter what.
now
I don't know about
so,
no matter
We've
what.
already
but I-
beaten them this year.
so like I
Yeah,
said, I want Lamar to do well. This is the perfect time for him to do well. I don't think he does though. Like I think that Gino and then, you know, I feel like he's gonna be nervous. Like,
I will say
but
that
I don't think Gino can catch him. I think he just wants to
but
go
when
scramble
you-
out.
when-
And that'll be Lamar's problem. He'll want to go to college days where it'll
He'll-
be
so-
he'll stand in the pocket for a second like I don't like this and he'll roll out.
so
He'll do it every time.
James
I
Winston
guarantee you.
2.0.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it'll be faster than that. I'm telling you, it'll be faster than that. It'll be stand in the pocket. Someone gets really close and he's
So
going
we're
to.
talking RG3 2.0.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna like it. I'm telling you right now, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna end up.
And
end
then
up throwing
RG3 gets playing time, right?
I see RG3 play again. I haven't seen RG3 play in a minute. I would love to see RG3
I mean,
play again.
For the right purpose, yeah. I mean,
You had a great point.
Who do you got?
I
You haven't said anything really yet.
haven't. I'm gonna go with the Bengals on this one.
We got 3. So whatever, it's just whatever you feel like. You can go down slinging or.
Oh, you went Bengals too?
I went Bengals as well.
Okay, because good. I was going Bengals too. I
Uh,
was like, are we going to have to go with the time here?
Alright.
we get this week.
All right, and then
But I'm going to tell you right now, there's a very good chance we could all lose this one.
yeah, for sure.
You got
He-
a good
he
point.
could-
Well, in
could
the
make-
division,
He's
man,
unproven too.
well, like, here's the thing. AFC North is a crapshoot anyway. Every week. Every time they play. Like, you could have a 1-14 Browns team play a 10-5 Bengals team last game of the season. That Bengals team could still lose.
Oh, I know.
I believe that scenario may have played out once before, but I'm just
And I
saying.
know not having AJ Green can really turn the tables in
Yeah.
this game,
But
but I think Tyler Boyd is
I
good
really like
enough
Tyler
to
Boyd.
still win this game.
John Ross also had a receiving
He had 2
touchdown last.
touchdowns.
Yeah,
One.
two touchdowns.
One?
He had
Yeah,
one,
no, I know
he
it
had-
was
he had,
one for
He
sure.
had one catch. Did he have one catch all game? I'm pretty sure he had one catch all that game, and it was just that
It was
touchdown.
one catch for 35 yards.
Oh,
and
I'm
touchdown.
stupid. No, because our back quarterback ran the second touchdown.
Yeah.
Jeff Driscoll, yes.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I mean, he's obviously like finding a spot back in the offense a
Yeah, so
little bit.
we'll see. I like
He's
Cincy,
wide
but
open too, though. He burned the dude.
we'll see.
I don't know about
and
it.
then-
It's a slant.
Obviously, the game
In
of the
goal
week.
line, anybody can get open.
Okay, are you done?
Go ahead, Alex.
Okay. Game of the week. It got moved from Mexico City to Los
Is that
Angeles
official?
today.
Yes,
Yes,
is.
it's official.
Good to see.
They
Good to see. I
they
don't want-
they made new odds.
Like, have y'all seen that field?
It's awful.
It
Yeah,
looked
it's
awful.
bad.
Yeah, Los Angeles is the 3.5 favorite
for
right
game
now.
of the year, probably.
Um,
you don't want to play that.
Nah.
You don't want to play that Mexico City.
Ain't no game of the year.
Well, right now, those are the most. Excuse me. Those are the 2 most hyped teams in the league right now.
So
But, I mean,
By the way, I was
but
gonna
they
say-
played last week, LA, or the week before.
No,
whatever.
New
LA.
Orleans won.
I know, but still,
So-
I like Kansas City. I like Kansas.
You
I
like
mean,
Kansas?
Well, no, I like them both. I feel like these are 2 most hyped teams. For this game, though, I hope Jared Goff just throws 80 touchdowns
I'm
because it's on a
assuming you
fantasy
had money
team.
in fantasy game.
Yeah, I do like the Rams. I like the Rams because they have a defense.
so
Oh, they have a what?
They
Yeah,
have-
we just discussed
compared
that.
to
They
the
don't
Chiefs?
have a defense. Well,
They have the better defense. Out of the Chiefs have no.
so you're
just
saying it's a
Houston.
shootout, but because the Rams have just a slightly better
Just a
defense,
bit of a better defense against a
They
rookie
come
quarterback.
out
Or
top.
not rookie, but like unexperienced quarterback. I think
he's damn good though.
he's very good.
He is.
But I think Patrick Mahomes is better than Jared Goff. But Jared Goff is not playing his own defense.
Chiefs give up less points than the Rams.
Honestly, you had a great point. I still like.
Now they give up less. Now the Chiefs do give up more yards, but the Chiefs force turnovers.
So
The Rams do not.
This is a close game because both teams have offensive weapons.
It's gonna be a high scoring game.
But
I think they said
Cooper Kupp is out this year. He's
Yeah,
out for
but Josh Reynolds, the game he did come and play for Cooper Kupp, he actually played really well. So even though I come out, made that point about the defenses,
yeah.
give me the Rams. If it was in Kansas City, I'd be going the other way with it. But since it's in LA, I'll go the Rams because I think the deciding factor is, do you take Gurley over Hunt? I don't like some matchups. You're going to be like quarterback against quarterback. I think Goff and Mahomes are right there with each other. Look, Mahomes is great, but I don't think he's like the second coming of Jesus or anything yet, like some people do. Like he's great, but like the Rams offense is just coached a completely different way. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
I just have a quick question. We don't need to elaborate very much, but you said if they were in Kansas City, you would reverse it. What if they're Mexico City, neutral field? Who's winning?
Rams.
Okay. I got the Rams in this game too. So.
All right. Well, I guess I'm the lone person here. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one. I hate to do it. I hate to do it because I said at the beginning of the year, or probably week three. Week 3.
You said undefeated.
Yeah, I said undefeated, but I said this is the only game that I would have chosen against them. And I hate
even before the Saints.
Even before the Saints, yeah.
See, I would have picked the Saints more than this one.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one. Simply due to the fact that I don't know. It's gonna be a shootout. And when the Chiefs get in shootouts, they don't lose.
I hope it won't be like Thursdays.
Yes, they do, by the way, but go ahead.
I hope it won't be like Thursdays like Carolina and Steelers where we're really hyped about the game and then they just get blown out. Because I'm really not excited for that. I want to see these two
they can definitely let down a lot.
Yeah,
absolutely. By the third quarter, the Steelers scored more points at Heinz Field than they ever had. By the end of the third, it was ridiculous.
All right, so Rolling Thunder round.
Before we get to Rolling Thunder round,
all right, never mind.
We have a huge problem in the NFL right now with torn/broken ACLs. 49 players have had torn ACLs.
It's a very simple reason for that.
Turf?
No.
Just
I'm gonna say targeting.
No. Overlifting. Because a lot of those torn ACLs are non-contact injuries. When you overwork your body, you're overstraining your muscles. You're setting yourself up for that. Like, look at these guys. They're 220, 230 pound guys. If not, some of your linemen, 300 pound guys. You're asking them to make quick cuts.
And that's
on turf or grass. It doesn't matter. I think grass actually probably be worse because the grass. Sometimes it'll give too much and you'll slide and your leg just gives out. I'd say it's just mainly because just how much more athletic these guys are nowadays compared to how they used to be.
I mean, like I said,
and how much they spend their time in the gym. I think that causes problems too.
I mean, it's awful. I mean, it's an 8-month recovery period. It is awful to see. This many people, and it's a lot of talented guys too. I mean, a lot. And like I said, a big part of it is the cuts and everything like that. Anytime anyone tries to make a move upfield, wow.
Hungry?
Yeah, I am. Make a move upfield, they get a risk every time. I mean, it's unfortunate to see. I mean, it's not like they can do anything about it. I guess. I mean, I can't think of anything really that the NFL can include besides just wrapping people up in big balloons or something like that until you can't cut or something.
Don't give them that idea; they'll do it.
I don't think there's any one solution to this. I think it's just.
I think it is a problem.
I think it'll fluctuate, every year to year. There's just not much you can do about it.
Just do what Triple H does and just bubble wrap your knee.
It is definitely rough. I hate to see it. You really do. Especially when Cooper Cup's on your fast line. Anyway.
Rolling Thunder.
I'm sorry.
Rolling Thunder round. Okay. Titans and the Colts. I'm gonna go Titans.
Titans.
Indy.
What's his
All right.
name?
We'll go back
Indy.
to it. We'll
All
go
right.
back to it.
Chargers and Denver. Chargers.
Chargers.
Bolts.
They're
Bolts
like
would be the
6
Chargers, by the way.
Yeah.
6-0 the last couple weeks or whatever. Or they're on 6-0.
5-1.
I think they're on win. I'm pretty sure they're on a pretty good game win streak. I think they're on 5 or 6.
Pittsburgh Jags.
Pittsburgh Jags. I got
Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
I got Pittsburgh too.
I don't have to say Pittsburgh.
Oakland.
Oh, by the way, yes, the Chargers have won 6 in a row. Keep going.
Okay. Oakland Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I have the Cardinals. Yeah, I mean
Cardinals.
I really hope Josh Rosen does good. I think this would be a good time.
Yeah, see, I'd like to see him do well, yeah.
I'm gonna go Raiders, but that doesn't matter. Panthers Lions. Panthers.
I have Panthers. Gonna come back and pissed off. You just got embarrassed.
Lions. I really like the Lions.
Detroit.
I really like the Lions. Matthew
All
Stafford
right,
needs
well,
to
we
shut
got-
Actually,
down.
you know what? Nah, give me Carolina.
Alright.
Okay.
Give me Carolina.
Eagles Saints.
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 All right.
That'd be okay.
And then
Indy has the spread.
yeah, who's the spread for the
Indy by 2.
Indy? Okay, so we're going with Indy just to go with the spread. All right. Now I guess we can go into more important news.
Very unlike. I'm sorry, I keep cutting everybody off and throwing off on weird random tangents. The
That's
Bucks.
good. It's okay.
Yeah, the Bucks released their kicker. He missed a 30-yarder, his first attempt on Sunday. Deserves to be cut.
Your third kicker this year now?
I think so. And there are talks about bringing back a kicker we had last year, Brian. I can't remember his last name to save my life. But
Well, how can you when you cut 5
I
kickers
know,
on
right?
there?
Yeah, it's hard, man. It really is. It's really rough.
Just imagine somebody trying to get a kicker jersey.
It's man. I don't know what we need, but we need to figure something out where someone can kick a field goal, man.
I almost got a Dan Bailey one.
It's not okay. It's not okay to be in a professional football league and you can't make field goals. You got to score points. It's rough that we can't get in the end zone, but you got to score points when you can.
So I have a question for you. How's Austin McGinnis from Kentucky not gotten
A call?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, it's just such a weird thing where, like, any kind of kicker right now, no one's safe. The Chicago kicker, hit the upright 4 times this week?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he could have been very well just on chopping block just like anybody else, really. I mean,
Honestly, I don't know why a team hasn't signed him yet. Like,
I don't either. I agree.
you need more film. 2,
what do you mean more film? You have 4 years.
Yeah, you had that. But, like, you gotta be working. You gotta be.
And what, like 5 game winners?
Yeah,
2 of them
yeah.
for 50 yards.
You just gotta.
The man is
there's
a
a lot of
legend.
stuff you look at. With
Like,
the-
he's a Lexington legend.
He has the most points ever in Kentucky history.
Yeah. Like,
he-
Granted, it
I
is
love to see
Kentucky history, but that's still not
but,
the point.
yeah, but still, like,
I'd love to
if
see
I
it.
was any team, that would be from
Like
from
Kentucky,
But the
college
thing is,
from college to NFL. That would be my first
you
choice.
gotta look at it though. Like these people are the people who are looking for people in free agency and things like that are not too worried about a kicker. They're
Why-
really not.
why aren't
They're
you?
really not that.
You can
I
see-
mean, unfortunately, yes, they
should
need to
be.
They should be.
You should
yeah.
be, especially when you're the Bucks.
Like they're just.
Like,
I just feel like.
Browns.
I mean,
Yeah.
kickers don't.
yeah.
Kickers are people too, and people don't realize that. Like they don't get invited to the draft. Like, and they should. I feel like if you had more stuff like that, they would be.
But
more
I mean-
respected
but I
and
mean,
maybe
like,
get taken 4th, 5th
You just
round.
said that kickers weren't important, and the Browns could have won
So,
probably
could've beat
two
the
or 3
Bucks.
more of their games because
At
if
least
they had a
2.
kicker. Yeah, 2 games if they had a kicker. Like,
I agree.
3, because it was the Raiders
Yeah.
game too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
3
every
games.
time they got into overtime and then the Bucks. I mean,
yeah,
they could have beat the Steelers with a good kicker.
Yes.
yeah, and I mean, that,
It's very important. I wish we would just pay somebody that could be good. I just want to shovel money at. I don't care if you got to take
I'm
James
telling
Winston's
you,
salary and
your
forward
money,
it to a
your money
kicker.
is with Austin McGinnis.
I would love to see Austin McGinnis. I will if he gets signed. I will think about buying a jersey. If he kicks a game winner for us, I'll buy a jersey for him.
We'll add him on Twitter and tell him that we're thinking about him.
I hope he goes playing team. I'd love to see it.
He liked my tweet one time. So
Oh, look at you go.
yeah,
And I think we should now transition to the NBA.
yeah.
We talked Jimmy Butler.
We're
Oh,
talking Jimmy Butler.
yes.
Jimmy B.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing about
Some
that
things
trade.
never change, guys.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about that trade, which, well, speaking of the Nets, skip the Butler thing for a second. I'm sorry. Talk about Caris LeVert.
Not as bad as it looked. He said he's coming back this season. He was only dislocated.
It's broken. Oh, is it
Just
dislocated?
We were talking about it earlier. Yeah, it's just dislocated.
They said he will return this season.
Because, I mean, well, if you watch it, a lot of people said it was disturbing. His leg just literally just went stiff. I mean, his leg just didn't move. Like, so to me, like, it was bad, but it wasn't, like you said, it just wasn't as bad.
I mean, it did look dislocated, and it looks like it was gross. In NBA TV, I was watching this morning, they blurred it out. But at the end of the day, thank God, it's only a dislocated foot, and he can come back this season to play because he's coming up. Like, he's not an all-star, but on a team that needs scoring and needs help, he's coming up.
Good defender too.
Yeah, I like his game a lot.
But back to the Butler trade. So Butler,
I'm conflicted.
I don't know how he's going to fit because right now, so he's known for calling out guys.
Yeah.
How are him and Ben Simmons going to get together? Because Ben Simmons is one of the most nonchalant players I've ever seen. He shows no emotion. He really doesn't get into it that much. I mean, yes, he plays hard. Yes, he plays. Good player, but like if he has a couple of plays where he just not really running down the floor, Butler doesn't play that.
That might be what he needs though. He's a young guy. Get some
Right,
kind of pushing him.
But my question is, how would he respond to it? Same thing with Markelle Fultz. I think he's awful. He's an awful mix with Fultz.
That's
If he
what I'm worried
can
about.
make free throws,
Well,
then
see, I think I'm pretty sure he's just going to crush whatever little bit of confidence Markelle has left.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh man, it's like he's got dad issues or something.
By the
That's
end of the
crazy.
year,
But I think he
Shannon
does.
will start. By the end of the year, Shannon will probably replace Fultz as a
I'm a
starter.
firm believer on that boat. Like, I think that Shaman's a better player than Fultz. Fultz is an overhyped, prospect. He was when he came out of college. Like,
I have a problem with the pick. He just fell apart.
No,
I had a huge issue with the pick.
yeah, I have a huge issue with the pick.
I mean,
it was the first overall pick.
But he could have gotten 1, 2, or 3 though. He could have. If
Dude,
you looked at his
the way he was being hyped, yes, he could have went 1, 2, or 3.
But ask yourself, would you have rather had him, Ball, or Fox?
I would have definitely.
Fox.
Yeah.
I would have had Fox.
Which, by the way, as a Laker fan, I'm still not happy about that either. We could have had Fox.
I don't mind Ball over Fox.
He's fine. Nah.
But honestly, I feel like De'Aaron Fox doesn't fit the 76ers.
De'Aaron Fox would not, but De'Aaron Fox would fit the Lakers.
He would. But like,
see, I don't know.
He would fit LeBron, but that's
different-
neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's a whole other conversation.
But but the thing is, which yes, we do get off on tangents, but you can blame me. But so you trade him for Dario Saric, Robert Covington, and I think a first-round pick in 2 years.
yeah.
Like 2021 first-round pick or 2020.
I think it was the second. But yeah, it could be a first.
Was it second?
It could have been first.
So,
it's first or second in 2020, yeah.
So definitely Philly. I mean, I feel like the trade is almost 50-50. Like, I feel like Minnesota wins the trade because they get rid of the cancer in their locker room.
Yeah, they made the best of a bad situation.
Right. I still think you could have. Like, it was smart to put him in the East instead of keeping him out West.
Yeah.
So you don't have to compete against him 4 times or 3 or 4 times. It would have been interesting to see if what some of the other offers would have been.
If
For
they released a few.
Well, yeah,
it was Eric Gordon, Marquise Chris, and I think a pick from the Rockets, and it was Mirotic and a pick from the
so
Pelicans.
it wasn't the 4 first round.
No, it wasn't the 4 first
Oh,
round
okay, I was
picks.
about to say if it was that,
But
I
it was
know.
Eric Gordon, which they kept saying, well, if Eric Gordon was in the trade, we would take it. But then they offered you Eric Gordon. You don't get 4 first round picks because you don't get 4 first round picks and Eric Gordon. You
Yeah.
Well, you don't get 4 first round picks for anybody.
Unless you're the Nets.
Look, I wouldn't trade 4 first round picks for LeBron because
I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
because you don't take away your first round pick for 4 years, like
well,
because
That's
takes,
putting all your eggs in one basket
Yeah,
and praying that it
and
works.
you see how that worked out for Brooklyn.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Like,
so you take away any chance of trying to build
yeah,
future players.
Well, it can't be consecutive years, so they would have.
it would be through 7
because
years.
of the Nets, you can no longer trade consecutive years.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot
but,
about that
but
rule.
it could be every other.
Yeah.
Which still, like, I mean,
Still don't like it.
yeah, no, you're right. And my biggest concern is that the 76ers just got rid of most of their 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
On a team that needs as much as it possibly can have.
And Jimmy Butler's not the greatest 3-point
He
shooter.
only takes 29% of his offense only has 29% from beyond the arc. Where are those 3-point shots going to come from? Because you can ask him and just start chucking them. I don't think they're going to go in.
Right.
So, I mean, either you have to beg Shamit to play out of his rookie mind.
T.J. McConnell.
You know, JJ's going to get you some.
Well,
Redick
sure.
will be fine,
Yeah.
but it's not enough.
Well, but what this trade does, it also sets them up to make another trade if they want to.
Okay, interesting. For what?
Well, I mean, obviously, there's still a couple other players out there that could be traded. Like, if Toronto wants to get rid of Kawhi still.
I don't think.
They came after Kawhi.
I don't think we get.
I think that
They came
Kawhi,
after.
I think
Unless
they're going to
we-
keep Kawhi because
Yeah.
they're playing too
Well,
much.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that'd be one of the players that could be up for trade.
Yeah.
If Houston keeps not playing well,
What
they
do you
can
think
start
they-
trading assets.
What do you think they were going to try
So-
to do with Carmelo?
They're not going to trade Carmelo. He's
I think they're just going to release him and then
Yeah.
Carmelo's
You guys
done.
want to hear some shit?
Huh?
You guys want to hear some shit that I think could happen? Involves the Hornets and the 76ers.
Trade
After
Kemba.
tonight's,
Trade Kemba.
after tonight's loss to the
Honestly.
Cavs, to the 111 Cavs, I could see them offering, and I don't even know how I feel about this, Markel and a first-round pick for Kemba.
Honestly, I'm okay with that because
Take it.
Well, yeah,
That-
you're okay with it, but I
But
don't
I mean-
want
but I
Markel.
mean, like-
No, dude. If I'm you, take it. It gives you 2 first rounds in a year.
but it's Markel.
It is Markel.
You'll have to deal with
How,
Markel.
but how many more years does he have left on his contract? 2?
Markel probably.
Well,
just
this
2
is the second year of his rookie contract, so they can decline it. this year.
3. Yeah. You can decide
Yeah.
after the is it second year.
After the second year, you can decline it. But
Yeah, that's right. It's a 2-year
Yeah.
option.
yeah.
So I'd decline it. Trade for him, and they get him, and they cut
So
him.
honestly, I'm down for that. We might not have enough money to pay everybody, but like literally,
We'll just do it and hope we have.
Literally-
I mean,
our
there's a lot of teams right now that
Yeah.
are going to have that problem.
our only like spot, depending on where you put Ben Simmons, would be power forward
Which is fine.
or
Which gets you
shooting
killed
guard.
on the boards, but go ahead.
Or shooting guard. But you can just put another center at power forward.
I mean, I think the Hornets.
I think if we get if we do what you said, if we get Kemba somehow for
What
Markel,
about making a move for Bradley Beal?
Ooh.
that is interesting.
I
That
think
is-
the Wizards would.
I would
really-
honestly
I think
trade
it was
Bradley
really-
Beal for JJ Redick and Markel.
Ooh.
but see,
But then you lose all your
You
3-point
lose-
shooting, and Bradley
you
Beal
won't-
isn't the greatest
Yeah.
3-point shooter. So once again,
Hmm.
you're going to look like the Lakers offense. I mean, you got more talent than the Lakers,
Yeah.
but you're going to look like the Lakers offense. You have no 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
So
did you see the thing from the Lakers today? We both saw it. It's strictly a rumor, but it's what Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, Kuzma, and there's one more player. Who was it? I don't remember who for John Wall.
Yeah, I did see that. They're trying to get John Wall. Like it.
okay, so for all you
Speculation.
WWE fans out there, Vince McMahon has a theme song that goes "No chance in hell." No chance in hell.
But the
Does
Lakers
that
would
happen?
do that.
No.
I mean,
Really?
yeah.
Censor.
Well, see,
Uh,
I mean, I agree. That's like getting rid of all your young guys.
Honestly,
But
it
Dude.
depends. It depends what John Wall you get.
Dude, no.
Because if you get the John Wall that's been in Washington,
There's-
like
There's 2 players in the league right now that I would trade those players for. That I know would like to come to LA.
Kevin Durant.
Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Kevin Durant, sure. But I mean plausible trades. And then it's gonna be a very unpopular opinion. Victor Oladipo.
Stop.
ooh, I don't.
I am a big
Mm.
fan of Oladipo. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the Pacers are gonna be a hell of a 5 seed in the East.
But I think it's because even when he was at OKC, he didn't really like fit in. He was also playing under Westbrook or beside Westbrook. Who knows?
Under Westbrook is correct.
Yeah.
Like,
But like,
which by the way, does Paul George look stupid right now or what? They're not that good.
Yeah.
Westbrook will never win.
No.
Wait, look, Westbrook is Carmelo Anthony 2.0.
He's never going to win. He'll never, ever win.
How about Carmelo 2.0? He'll probably stay with the Thunder for a little while.
But you get my point. My point being is that he's going to just get numbers, but he's just not always. He's not going to win.
I'll never be in that situation.
What if it's just Lonzo and Brandon Ingram for John Wall?
Still no. I like Brandon Ingram.
Lonzo and Kuzma.
Nope, I like Kuzma.
Don't make it. Okay, fine. John Wall will not be a Laker.
What about?
But you want me to tell you why?
Hold on.
You want me to tell you why I don't like that trade?
Why?
Even as a Kentucky fan, John Wall would be the third Kentucky point guard I would want. I'll still take Fox because Fox gives you more in the future. John Wall is 30.
John Wall's 30.
Yeah. But you have LeBron. You're win now mode. It doesn't matter. They are not thinking about the future at all.
LeBron.
But John Wall is still okay. Does John Wall hurt or help our turnover problem? He hurts it.
He hurts it bad.
Like
honestly,
De'Aaron Fox, it helps it. Like
I would be interested if the Wizards were interested in.
And by the way, De'Aaron Fox also helps the 3-point shooting. John Wall doesn't. He helps it more than John Wall does.
But that's like, it's like
so
a few percentage, it's like.
Yeah, man. Okay, there might not be two more because I don't think I'd take Bledsoe, or Brandon Knight for that matter. But
would you? No, you wouldn't take
the Rockets, right?
Correct.
Yeah, he's in play yet. He's still
honestly, huh?
Is he still rehabbing?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Man, I wouldn't mind since we need 3-point shooting, I wouldn't mind trying to make a move for Jamal Murray out of Denver.
That's what I was about to say. What about Jamal Murray?
By the way, Denver is right now looks like the number 2 team in the West.
Even though they did lose to the Rockets tonight.
They did. But
the Rockets will get back up there. That's fine. But if Denver hangs around in the top 4, I mean you've got the best center.
Oh, hold on.
Without Boogie Cousins playing.
Hold on. That's still a problem.
Jokic is the best center too.
That's still a problem.
Dude, Jokic is better than Joel Embiid. It's not close. It's not close. Joel Embiid, one, can't hit free throws. Jokic can.
Joel Embiid with 18 for 20. We played.
Yes.
He's still average, but 65%.
He got 60 in the fourth quarter.
But he's still average 65%.
I mean, that game probably helped a lot.
But he's not a free throw shooter.
Well, I think Jokic is the best center just because he can pass, shoot, he can do it all. So
that's
why I'd say.
My thing is, and he's a better defender than Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid does not defend as well.
What about Davis? He's playing the 5.
He's not a 5. He's playing the 5.
I do
That's
think,
fine.
But he's being forced to play the 5 over and over. As much as he fights it, he always is.
What happened to Omer Sheik?
unless you have a person like DeMarcus Cousins.
Even though he's not that good, what happened to Omer Sheik?
Oh.
Isn't he still there?
I don't think so.
Oh, did they let him go
They
too?
have Jaleel Okafor.
What happened to Omer Sheik? Joel, by the way,
slowly retired.
Jaleel Okafor is a joke.
Yeah.
By the way, another reason why I will never buy into Duke players coming out of the.
I'm so glad that we got rid of him. And to answer your question,
outside of Zion
I was
Williamson.
going to say, so you're saying Zion's going to be.
No, these 3 guys are different. These guys are different. Look, how Marvin Bagley's looked okay.
I think he's not a bust, but I think he's definitely the biggest disappointment, I'd say, in the top part of the draft so far.
So to answer your question,
Yeah, and Kevin Knox, by the way, looks like a beast.
Yeah.
Called it. By the way, Knicks fans, quit booing. You were booing the good picks. Shut up.
They're going to boo everybody from here on out.
Look, they booed because they wanted
Michael.
They wanted Michael Porter. So you wanted a guy that you're going to have to wait for 2 years, probably, because the guy can't stay healthy. He tore his ACL in high school. Comes in, plays his first game in college, tears his ACL.
No back problems.
Huh?
Back problems.
Yeah, back problems.
I apologize, yes.
You're thinking of Harry Giles.
I am thinking Harry Giles, my bad. But, which, by the way, bad pick. But by the Kings 2 years ago. Actually, I take it back. It's actually looked better now.
Hey,
but
he's had one good game.
Yeah. Justin Jackson looks like a good pick. Okay.
Kings are coming up, though.
They are.
They're somehow a playoff team right now, but we still got 80 games.
He just wants his money. I'm not sold on it.
It's what it is. It's a contract, dude.
Well, here's the thing. Oh, and Montrezl Harrell, even though we're not Louisville fans, Montrezl Harrell looks really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He looks good, and then other games he'll just be really just
I want
average.
him. I want him.
Yeah,
I'll take him right now.
Well, dude, so you're putting him on the same level as Julius Randle.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
he has
fine.
been- he's
Fair
better
enough.
breakout.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, a playoff team would love to have that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
the Pelicans are benefiting from it, even though they're still struggling right now.
I just say that Cody Zeller's garbage. Can I throw that out there?
He is.
Top garbage.
Well, so is his brother, too, but yes.
Well, yeah, it's over.
I can't even think of his name now.
Tyler?
Yes.
Just
Plays
like
for the Bucks. No one's
just
watching
like the Plumlee
By the
brothers.
way,
I don't buy the Plumlee brothers.
are they legit the best team in the league right now?
I'm
Or the
torn.
best team in the East?
I'm torn because I can see it, but I can also
The Bucks.
I think the Raptors.
Giannis is an amazing human being.
I
By
think
the way,
He is literally-
are we getting close to the point where Giannis is finally catching LeBron?
No,
no,
not catching.
not yet.
His
Not
3-point shooting.
I said close. I didn't say has he caught it.
I
I
think
said are we
he-
getting
yeah.
close?
He's a decent 3-pointer away. Because I know
No,
So-
LeBron
so-
isn't that
I
great.
know that,
So-
but it's much
so-
better than
So
much
you're
better,
close.
much better than
What you're
Giannis.
saying is you're
Yes.
close.
Technically, I guess we'll say that because I mean Giannis, he always does it in the preseason. He'll always hit threes in the preseason, and the season comes around,
Yeah.
and it's
But like around the rim, and I'm not talking
he's unstoppable.
I'm not talking fast break defense, like pinning the ball like LeBron does. No,
LeBron doesn't
I
play
am-
defense.
I
LeBron
am
plays defense in
talking-
the finals.
I am talking around the rim defense in half court. Giannis is 10 times better than LeBron.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Giannis is a better defender. Giannis, better ball handler. LeBron struggles going left at times.
I don't know.
He
a
has to
single-
switch hands every time.
I just don't know.
He
a
can't
single
go left.
Player. I don't know. A single
Giannis
player
can go both hands.
who
I'm
wants
not
to
saying
go
he's
with
better.
Giannis.
I'm not. By the way, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Giannis has the potential to get there.
I don't know any player who wants to
He's better.
jump with Giannis or go anywhere near the paint with Giannis right now.
Which my thing
Put
with
it on a poster.
Yeah, which whereas LeBron right now, he just likes to fade away a lot. And that's not really.
yay, we signed Kobe. We signed.
I wouldn't
we
say
signed,
that. If there are any Lakers fans listening right now, and which you are one, they're gonna come for you. They're gonna come for you.
Look. All right, if there's a sassy Laker fan out there somehow, like, which by the way, what happened to you, sassy Steeler? Like, what happened?
We'll tweet at him this week. We'll let him know what you're thinking about him.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. And no, I'm not saying LeBron is Kobe. What I meant is, a guy who's, over 32, 33 years
So
old.
get some white in his beard over here. Y'all
Doing
notice that?
doing fadeaways in the corner, yelling at players, getting frustrated with
He
players.
threw a
Who
leg
does that
out.
sound like?
Did you
If
see
I
his
said-
defense? He said, "Did you see that play?
Well, see, that's not Kobe. Kobe did play defense until
He threw his
retired.
leg out. It was just like against the Hawks
Still won their game.
on the goaltend.
Surprise.
Yeah. Which, by the way, why did we pick? I know he's helped through 2 games, but why pick up Tyson Chandler? It's a waste of money.
Because LeBron
MVP.
wanted him. Because LeBron wanted him. There's no other answer.
I am
besides
tired of
that.
signing LeBron's dudes. I knew this was going to happen.
I know everybody did, and
Well,
I
that's-
think he's got to take a step back. But it's LeBron's guy. It's who he wanted. They went out and got him.
So,
That's just
so you know what that tells me in
LeBron's
the offseason? Who we're getting in the offseason?
Tristan Thompson.
By the way, you're not keeping Jimmy Butler for very long.
He's not going to LA.
Jimmy Butler, isn't he with Clutch Sports?
It doesn't matter. He's not going to LA.
Yeah, he is.
No, he didn't. He said
So-
he doesn't want to
so-
go.
so
He already
you-
came out and said it.
Are
Oh,
you
was
in
it
the same-
LA? Okay.
So hold on. Are you in the same boat that Anthony Davis is going to LA too?
Actually, Anthony Davis may probably actually
That's like 4 years away.
No,
right?
no, no.
2 years. It's 2 years.
So I see Anthony Davis going to Boston before I see him going to LA.
With the Pelicans sending him there, yeah. But I'm talking about where he wants to go. No, he'll go with LeBron.
Jimmy Butler said he.
Who? Hey, let me ask you a question. Other than Russell Westbrook, in your opinion, who is the last player in the league you would want to play with?
I would want to play with.
The last player in the league you would want to play
James
with?
Harden.
Kyrie Irving. I can't. his mentality, I wouldn't want to play with him.
I'm gonna go with,
Look, the Celtics looked better last year when he got hurt. When will people get that through their head? Terry Rozier ran the offense better. Don't trade Terry, trade Kyrie.
Well,
Terry gives you no headache. He's not a prima donna. He's not a superstar. He just wins you games, huh?
He doesn't think the earth is flat.
It's also very true. But, like, you're helping my point. But, like, he helps you win games more. Like, Kyrie wants to win games by himself. And also, he doesn't chuck the ball in the stands just because a guy's trying to go for 50.
Yeah,
You sour puss.
Yeah, no, that was
48. Like,
that was ridiculous. Yeah.
He was like, you don't try that in a game. I'm like, well, next time don't let him get to 48, dumbass.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
So that's why, like, Boston will get better if they start moving guys. That would be the thing I think be interesting to watch. I think a lot of the Eastern Conference, a lot of these teams are going to start moving players.
Well, the Hornets have got to do something. You can't keep the same roster for 4 years and put anything in change.
Have you ever seen the definition of insanity?
Do
Repeat the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying.
So honestly, I think that you guys are one decent big man away.
Well, it's Kevin Love. That's what everybody's saying. It's Kevin Love.
I don't see Kevin Love.
I think.
What are you giving up for Kevin Love?
Either Lamb, Biombo in a first-round pick, or
Kemba.
Marvin for a first-round pick.
Kemba.
And I
that makes no sense. If you give up Kemba for
Yeah.
Kevin Love, then basically you're doing the same thing.
You're
So
It's an all-star for an all-star, and you're in the same boat.
Well, but then you let Malik Monk run the offense.
Don't even get me started.
so
I've been saying it. Everybody's like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" He's an underrated passer. He can run the offense. He was put in a bad system last year. You can't judge him
Look.
for that.
Even and this kind of goes against the point of me talking about how good Fox is.
It's also Devontae
But-
Graham, though. Just saying.
Huh?
There's also Devontae Graham out of Kansas. We got him.
Hold on.
Hey, you don't like that.
No.
All right, so go back on the month.
But here's the thing with Monk. Monk at Kentucky, when Fox wasn't in the game, Monk led the offense. And Monk had the offense going pretty well at times. Like, why do people think he can't pass? Like, he can pass. Like, he's not, he's no Rondo or anything like that where he's this amazing passer. But, he's not a turnover machine. He can either create for himself or for anybody else. He can get to the hole better than Kemba.
I mean, you got a point. And hear me out, because he got an amazing vertical. He's in a terrible shooting slump. Just the past 3 or 4 games.
Why do you think I said get to the hole? Like, he needs to quit shooting.
But hear me out. I was in the camp, and I even said this on Twitter. Trade Kemba to Minnesota for Jimmy Butler and let Monk run the offense. Obviously, the ship has sailed now, but would that not have worked out for both teams? You can't tell me that wouldn't have made Minnesota better.
Would you trade Kemba to the Bulls for Levine and Jabari Parker?
Yeah, it would. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Zach LaVine looks lit this year. He looks like the real deal. And Jabari Parker's just a bonus.
So something I've told you multiple times is that the Magic have 3 big men, one of which they're not using.
I'll take Vucevic.
But like that's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
he's a beast.
But which 3 of those which one of the 3 do you get rid of? Aaron Gordon,
They're
who's
not your Aaron
Scrub.
yeah,
But
but
they're
I
not
don't
your-
see Orlando getting rid of him.
I don't either.
And then they just got Mo Bamba.
And I'm a big Mo Bamba fan.
Yeah,
Who is
I guarantee
Not the song. The song's garbage.
they do not give Mo Bamba. Like
Yeah,
so your only hope is to get Vucevic, and I think that if you do add Kemba Walker to that trade, I mean,
Or
but
you can trade Kemba, Jeremy Lamb, and Biyombo all for Doncic. You know what I'm saying?
Now when they would take that.
They would offer the whole team.
Hear me out. You guys keep roasting these trades.
Because by the way, Luka Doncic is the
or
future of the league.
I like his game a lot. But if we trade Kemba away for any of these players, we're not making the playoffs.
It's not about winning now. It's about winning tomorrow. You get y'all get my point.
but even if he with this trade you don't give away a pick. So if you go into rebuilding mode, quotations around that, you get a guard from this year's class, and honestly,
Are you?
yeah, that's what I was
He's
gonna
not
say.
a guard, but go ahead.
I would have
Isn't
him.
this as a guard?
He's at Duke. He's playing guard, isn't he?
6'7". He's a small forward.
Well, Ronnie Hood 6'8", he plays 2.
Once again, Rodney Hood's not that good.
Jimmy Butler's 6'8", and he can play the 2.
He's okay.
My whole life, I thought Jimmy Butler was 6'5" until like 2 weeks ago.
Nope. 2K made me realize he's 6'8".
But didn't you think that he was like 6'5"?
Yeah.
And I don't know why I thought that.
I honestly thought he was shorter too. Like for the longest time, I thought.
Well, I always thought DeMar DeRozan was 6'8", but he's like 6'5".
That's weird.
What about a good fit for San Antonio, by the way?
Worked out perfectly.
DeRozan, perfect.
Oh yeah. Like
Still
both
got
of
beat
the.
by the Kings.
That's
though.
like the perfect trade for both teams.
It sucks that DeMar, he's upset.
It sucks
but
that they lost Danny Green.
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
I miss Danny Green in his Spurs jersey.
I'm sorry. This came out of nowhere. I was looking. Really odd NFL game. NFL. Jordy Nelson allegedly retiring. They said in the locker room Sunday after the game he was packing up his stuff and was saying his goodbyes. The Raiders have ended all hope. of anything.
That's interesting. I have more interesting fact. It has nothing to do with the NFL because I completely forgot to talk about it. People within the Golden State organization have said that what happened between Draymond and Kevin Durant is the biggest disaster that organization has faced.
Oh yeah.
Since their dynasty era has begun.
Which I mean,
I don't know if I agree with that.
I'm
They had some issue with Steven Jackson back in the day with Baron Davis.
I'm glad that they like kept it off camera. I guess they did.
I don't.
No,
I want to see
it.
it.
I want to
Well,
see
like,
that.
We all want to see him crash.
I mean, honestly, I do too. I honestly want to see him like on the
Everybody
downfall.
wants to see the fall of Rome.
But I've even said this is
Almost
DeMarcus
there.
Cousins' plan. He's going to take a minimum, and he was just going to wreck the team and then go join the Lakers.
But
Who's this?
DeMarcus Cousins.
I am down.
okay, yeah, but he's the one that separated the two. He got in
He
between.
did.
I think
He did
he's the
separate.
peacemaker. I don't think DeMarcus Cousins is the problem.
No.
No.
He's definitely not the problem.
Dude,
No, it's
Draymond
Green.
Green.
Yeah.
Draymond Green is just as big of a head case as DeMarcus Cousins. But people didn't want to say that because DeMarcus Cousins wasn't on a winning team when he was being like that. But Draymond Green is. Draymond Green only...
He's a role player.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and that's the other reason, yeah. Because DeMarcus Cousins is a superstar. Draymond Green, the only reason why he's really even relevant is because he's on the Warriors.
Yeah.
Because watch,
I'll agree.
if they traded, look, let's say for some reason they got crazy with it and traded Green for Blake Griffin. I don't know if their cap can handle that.
There's been
It could
rumors
not.
about trades just because.
Honestly, I would. I mean, if he's going to cause that much locker room drama,
you gotta make a stance on something.
get him
But
out.
if you do that, like Green would do nothing in Detroit.
No.
So, or Green would do nothing anywhere.
Yeah.
Other than maybe there's one team where I think he would actually probably be better than he is in Golden State. Boston.
That's
Oh, I was thinking
I was
too.
thinking-
I
I was thinking-
It's gotta be Boston.
It's gotta be Boston. It's because dude, he doesn't really have the 3-point down like him, but dude, he's basically Marcus Morris. Better defensively, but not offensively.
Yeah, true.
Marcus Morris can bang a couple
So-
threes in.
Another thing I don't understand: the Warriors suspended him without pay for one game.
Do you want to piss him off? Do you want to cause more problems? That's
Like-
why I'm like.
But I mean, honestly, it's just one
But
game.
we never heard how bad it was. If he gets in there and he starts pushing, shoving, like getting a little
Yeah,
more physically or like verbally assaulting,
yeah.
then yes, it's probably worth the one game.
Even after the whole thing, the only person that commented on it was Sean Livingston, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, they're just passionate. Like it's team passion." Is all he said. He was like, "They're just passionate."
I think like you don't want to do that. You don't want to piss Draymond on because I think at this point you have a real good chance of losing Clay, Kevin Durant, and Draymond.
I think everybody's accepted the
you
fact
could
that,
you could really mess up for the
I
Warriors.
feel like that's what Draymond said, something about KD not being there next year, anyways.
Yeah, he did. That's why he called him out about his free agents.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody's leaning towards Kevin Durant not re-signing with the Warriors.
Because he wants his max and they can't
Yeah.
afford it.
Yeah, I mean, unless they get
But
rid
you
of.
know who can? Toronto.
And the Lakers. And the Nets. And the Knicks.
Oh, yeah, no, he'll probably go to the Knicks.
I think he's going to the
Him
Knicks.
and Kyrie in New York.
Yep. Or Jimmy
And-
Butler. I don't know. I'm not talking
No, Jimmy Butler won't go to the Knicks.
But he listed him as one of the teams he wanted to go to. And the Nets. He listed both.
With Durant? I thought you said you like having the ball in his hands.
Well, I'm just saying. I understand that doesn't go as together.
Which, by the way, which is another reason why I don't think he'll work out in Philly as well as people think he will.
You know the Knicks could get Kemba too. Get that New York connection going.
Jesus.
Bring him home.
You know what that team doesn't have? Defense.
Who
Defense.
needs it when you're getting buckets? At the Rockets.
Yeah, that's why they're what, 5-5, 6-6?
It's something like that. They're pretty bad.
I mean, they'll still make the playoffs.
Oh,
Although
they'll
they'll
make the
get it
playoffs.
figured out. That's not the problem. Like
They'll probably win
they'll
the
have,
series too.
Yeah.
I mean,
they'll have a 10-game stretch where they'll score
No.
nothing but 140
Yeah.
points. That's just how it works.
Knowing the Rockets still play the Thunder first round, and the Thunder never made it past first round, so who really cares? I mean, it's not poor. It's not poor Russ. It's
It's not
poor
poor
everybody
Russ.
else on the team.
Stuff like that.
I don't feel
Like,
bad
look.
at all.
Like here's the thing: if you put Damian Lillard on the Thunder is the top 4 team in the West.
Absolutely.
Like sub out Russell Westbrook for
Lillard, yeah, you flip the
Lillard.
two,
Okay. I got
and
you.
then the Trailblazers are the second worst team in the West.
Yeah.
But, okay, maybe not that bad. I exaggerate, but you should still get the point.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be in the play. Like they were the 3 seed last year, right?
Yeah.
No chance in hell that happens if
Yeah,
he was there.
If he's there.
I don't see him
I
being
feel
the
that.
3 seed this year, anyways.
Oh
No,
no.
definitely no.
Do you?
With everyone
Isn't
else
McCollum a
making
free agent at the end of the year? They both are, aren't they?
moves, I think
Dame
McCollum.
Dame and McCollum, I think both.
I don't think Dame is. McCollum might, but I don't think Dame is.
Yeah, Dame's
Well, because they've been talking about Dame leaving. That's why I thought he was.
They were talking that because somebody also said, "Would you like to be traded to the Lakers?" And he said something.
Oh, that's right.
He said something along the lines of basically it was like, if it happens, it happens. But people were like, "Oh, well, you didn't say no, so you don't want to be on the
Well-
Trailblazers."
Lakers, actually, I think another place he wants to go is the Suns.
They need a point guard.
They do. That would be a
They should trade for Derrick Rose.
interesting.
What do you trade for him?
Yeah.
Because the trade value, he's not really worth much, trade value wise.
That's why you can get him whenever you want. I mean, you got plenty of Dragonbender.
Fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you give somebody, boom. Maybe a second round pick in 4 years. I don't know. Dragonbender in the second pick in 2024.
By the time he retires, it'll work. Before the second round, the new pick will come in. Thank you so much for listening to the Final Buzzer Podcast. As always, we appreciate all your all support. Be sure to follow us on all our social media accounts. Give us an @ attack our viewpoints. Thank you. This has been the Final Buzzer Podcast.